Stop sharing. And let's see if I can squeeze an hour into this slide deck for potential conference talk submittal, the error of their ways. And so I kind of went over this somewhat as I was drafting this out in my masterminds last Friday. And it's anti-patterns of project management. And so the context is like a telemedicine mobile application that's being built. And the last solutions architect left about 6 months ago. There's two mobile architects for this one mobile app. What can possibly go wrong in regards to conflicts and disagreements? And I think three bullets is definitely digestible. I'm curious if it's still digestible with the fourth bullet. There's two layers of management. Yeah, so that looks fine. And so then we'd say tech staffing. And we say that there's a director of engineering, there's a solution architect, there's a mobile architect for member plan, there's a mobile architect, let's say contractor. It's not really a consultant. A consultant is someone that tells you, or the client asks, how should we do it? The consultant tells them. Contractor is just staff augmentation. The client tells the contractor what they want, and the consultant needs to work within the parameters of their organization. And so demographics is this right here. I don't know what this is right here. Hold up. Do that. Periodically check my stuff. Okay. Mobile architect, 2 seniors. And then I think they have like 2 juniors. I think they have 2 juniors. Okay. And then mobile architect, 1 senior, 2 juniors, QA engineer. I think that's the way it works. Okay. So then that's the developer staffing. Maybe I should say that. The development staffing, and drop that down to 54. So then you have management, and then you have your customer, director of engineering, got X'd out, your solutions architect, right? And it's really 2, right? So you say times 2. How does this work? Times 2? Nope. You just say, no. There's 1 solutions architect. And then there's like contractors. Yeah, so I should use contractors instead of consultants. Contractors. And then this one gets X'd out. How do I do that? Is it font? And then strike through. Okay. And so that's just for management. If we go no mobile experience, Just say no experience and say no English. Mm, broken English, something like that. I mean, then you have management, and then you have challenges. All right, and so the team was not included in the hiring process. Team fully staffed, but only one approved wireframe, with only one wireframe approved, and then offshore QA engineer hired without any planned work, without poor communication skills, unable to complete, unable to, oh, inexperience. Or you could just say requires micro management, something like that. So then that was challenges premature staffing. This is challenges trust. Is there not a different template I could use? Hold up. I I like this. Mm, maybe not. Micromanagement right there. Oh, I guess we'll keep it like that. This is the management part. I guess I'll hold off on the actual like UX. Premature staffing. And so then challenges senior dev interview for architect role, but instead given senior role offered. Senior dev often ref, set, refused refuses absence technical direction from architect. Unable to struggles to articulate consequences of architectural decisions. Uh, struggles to articulate consequences of architects' decisions. Junior devs would often observe exhausting disagreements. They endure exhausting disagreements between architect and seniors, between architect and senior developer. Two architects, one mobile app, different philosophies, different priorities. Architects weren't empowered to choose their development or to to choose their development methodology. External community with no accountability for project dictated methodology. For teams doing the actual work. Okay. And then feature branches often resulted in unplanned work, which in detail is resolving merge conflicts. Files and references had to be re-added several times. 2 junior devs with no mobile experience to 1 senior dev. Challenges, development, 2 junior developers with no mobile experience. To 1 senior developer. Okay. And then senior developer of UI framework. Talented in UI framework. Junior as it relates to satisfying business objectives. Junior. Is there a way I could reword this? Junior as it relates to satisfying business and growth opportunities regarding architectural decision making. Regarding architect, we'll just call it architectural design. I'm going to change you. So my expectations as an architect: define, propose, and enforce architecture for system. Coordinate efforts with the other mobile architect. Prepare and participate in meetings that account for around 40% of my day. Scott speaking. Scott speaking. Scott speaking. And then, as a lead developer, mentor 2 junior developers who have no mobile experience. Mentor senior developer. Let's say provide architectural direction to senior developer. And then the other one is 50% daily coding. So serve as architect. Another one was serve as lead developer. And so the reality is paranoia of missing impromptu meetings, struggling to find time for lunch, exhausting debates with senior developer, on architectural decisions, or you could just say senior developer not on board. Senior developer not on board. And then you could just say with architectural decisions, architectural direction. And then 2 architects with different priorities, a group of people thrown together and declared a team. So director of engineering, and then mobile architect. So you say first, second, and then you say third. Okay. And so that's 9 slides. What else is there? What are some actual anti-patterns? You say development staffing is an anti-pattern. Well, premature staffing is an anti-pattern. So we'll say anti-patterns. Say anti-patterns to discuss. Or we just say anti-patterns. And you can say premature staffing. What else was in here? Um, I feel like the ratio of senior developers to junior developers, I feel like that was I don't think it was terrible. But I mean they were smart. They were. They picked up on things. I think one of them needed some motivation. But I mean they were smart. But it was definitely trust. Like that was a huge issue. Cultural cultural fit in regards to vision. That how do you say cultural fit that aligned with vision, aligned with mission, development mission, mission, say technical mission with technical direction, something like that. So premature staffing, team alignment with maybe we call that team alignment with technical direction. Team misalignment if we're talking about anti-patterns. Is misalignment a word? Is there such thing as synonyms here? No. Misalignment is a word. So premature staffing. Um, team misalignment in regards to technical direction. Team not included. Team lead not included in team selection. External board with no accountability. External board. How would you phrase this? External board dictating how work is done. Something like that. Hey, observer. So external board, or say external committee, dictating how work gets done. Dictating the how. How about that? Thanks. And is there another? Probably need a fourth bullet. So premature staffing, team lead not in team not included in team selection. Say team members not included in team selection. In external committee dictating the how without accountability. Without accountability. Deciding how work deciding how work gets done. Say with no accountability, deciding how work gets done. Is there anything else? So premature staffing, team members not included in team selection, external committee with no accountability, deciding how work gets done. I think those three are the most. So then here we would say development staffing. We probably want to do development. We probably want to say development staffing. No. We'll keep anti-patterns, and then we'll dig deeper into how development was staffed, how management was done. This appears to look like, I don't know which one. That right there? Okay. Do we really need challenges, or can we just call it premature staffing? And then trust, and then development. And so we probably want to somehow include that in here. So we probably want to have a description. When we say premature staffing, we'll probably say nah, maybe not. I don't know. That's the whole purpose of a draft, right? We could say architect and senior developer mismatch. And yeah. So we'll just say cooks in the kitchen. Cooks in the kitchen. Too many cooks in the kitchen. Okay, so premature staffing, team members not included in team selection. One project, too many leaders. I want to. How would I phrase that differently? One project, too many leaders. Uh, one project. Yeah, I mean it's too many leads. One project, multiple architects. It's not even multiple. It's not even multiple. It's one project, pure architect. Multiple peer level architects. I even want to word this differently. Just say too many architects. Too many architects, including the one that was denied an architect, but he still felt as if he had the responsibility of one. External committee with no accountability. So being held accountable, something like that. Or you could say without any accountability. Any accountability. Scott speaking, how can I help you? Yep. Yes. I have 6 years of experience. Yes. 6 years of experience in F sharp. If you Google my name in F sharp, you'll see 6 years worth of web contributions. Whether there's blogs, Stack Overflow questions, answers, YouTube videos, etc. My GitHub has a whole bunch of F sharp projects in it. All right, sounds good. Thank you. All right, bye. Oh, Back to my regularly scheduled program. So anti-patterns, premature staffing, team members not included in team selection, one project, too many architects, external committee, deciding how work gets done without any accountability. With no accountability, I don't know how to consolidate this. No, how do you spell accountability? Something like that. Hey, Epic blog is to talk about project management. Did you just get headhunted on the stream? Yeah, both. Yes. Yeah, so it's I'm considering the title being the error of their ways. And then I'm considering submitting a talk based on some anti patterns that I observed, identifying why those anti patterns were problematic, and then providing some some alternatives so that more value could have been delivered based on those conditions. So that's what I'm drafting. So yeah, this is nothing but a draft of me like just being a think tank right now. So the context is a telemedicine mobile application. Last solutions architect left 6 months ago. Two mobile architects. Two mobile architects on the. Give me a second. New. This is capitalized. Solutions architect. The solutions like that. Is it new solutions architect or is it just solutions architect? Probably this. Two mobile architects. One single application and two layers of management. Customer and consulting. How do you spell consulting? Consulting firm. Customer development shop. And then software consulting firm. Like that. Which means that I should probably break this down to this right here. Hold up. Do that. Epic blog, talk to me. What's going on? All right, so new solutions, mobile architect. Does it go like this, maybe? And then two layers of management, like that. It's not. They're not really spaced out. The fuck? Why is everybody calling right now? Hey, what's up? I'm alive and yourself. Oh, no, I'm putting together a slide deck for a potential conference talk on project management anti patterns. Nah, not anymore. This is what the conference talk is about. But let me call you back in like probably 20 minutes. Yep, see. So, telemedicine mobile app, last solutions architect left 6 months. Let's say prior. How about that? Is that a better play on words? So now there's a new solutions architect, two mobile architects, two layers of management, I think it's probably better to have customer and consulting like this. Maybe that reads a little bit better. Oh, shoot. Maybe that reads a little bit better. Maybe that, whatever. All right. So the brainstorming you are doing is giving me flashbacks from some bad project experiences of my own. Yeah, that's the motivation. Team leads not having the skills to make important decisions, but they aren't given the time they need to get informed. Yeah. So in the situation that I experienced, the person that was originally interviewed for architect position was declined that position, but they were hired as a just as a senior developer, but they still felt that urge to behave as an architect, and so like it became a challenge because almost like 90% of the technical directions that I or 90% of the technical direction that I provided was always a debate. And that's fine if it's a debate as long as like there's education that stems from that debate or that results from that debate. But this person wasn't he struggled to actually articulate the consequences for why he disagreed. And so he would just say, "Oh, well, that's not MVVM," or "What do you mean? Like that's the whole purpose of the framework. The framework, like, why would you not do what the framework has support for?" And so, like, it was always him focused on the technology or the pattern and not really able to articulate why that technology or the pattern provided value or address certain concerns. And so like that developer, that senior developer was always focused on the technology or the pattern and not really focused on the business and the consequences for what the business may experience. And like as an architect, I'm supposed to be mindful of that. And it's just these discussions would just go just in loops, infinite loops. And like it was just pointless trying to like have dialogue with this person because anytime I would ask this person a question about, okay, well, how would you address this, this, and this then? They would respond with a question, right? By hence, they would deflect. And so that was probably the biggest issue is like there has to be like technical alignment. The people that are the developers that are doing the work have to respect the architect that's providing the direction, right? If there's not a alignment where like they they have a they have they respect the technical ability of the architect. If there's no respect there, then you're not going to really go anywhere. You're just going to be spinning your wheels, and everything is just going to be a debate. The junior developers, they're not going to have a clue who's right or wrong because they're kind of novices or oblivious to what the conversation is even about. And like that was just one of the issues. And I mean, I'm hands on, right? So like I'll write some code to demonstrate the consequences. Um, and I get to a point where I start writing essays that really shouldn't have to write about the consequences of what someone else is suggesting and how that can be harmful to the business, right? Because this person is so focused on the third party library, the third party API, that third party vendor. Like they don't realize that these people are in business so that you can so that they can have you depend on them. And the more that they can have you depend on them, the more money they can make off of you. So are you programming to the nature of the business, or are you programming to the framework or the library or any other third party? Like, it was exhausting, man. Uh, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. In the project's beginning, everyone involved need to be in agreement on what's important. People need to learn to let go of things which ultimately don't matter. Um, I think. Well, I won't say that. I would say that they need to learn how to let go of things if they can't articulate why that thing is important and why that thing is going to address the consequences of someone's decision. If they can't articulate that, then yeah, they need to hang it up. Period. If you can't articulate it in a meaningful way, hence the definition of articulate, then you really have nothing to stand on. You don't, right? So you if you're in a position of lower authority or influence, you need to sell me the reason why this is important. You can't just say, "Oh, MVVM," or "Oh, pattern XYZ," or "Oh, framework XYZ, framework blah blah blah, framework." No, 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 no. We're not going to be doing name dropping. You need to convince me to adjust course. And as a professional and as a senior software engineer, that should be like an attribute of yours. That should be a quality of yours, is you can provide the consequences for why what I'm suggesting is probably a bad idea, right? And in this case, this person didn't have that skill set. So so where am I at? Two layers of management. The premature staffing, team members not included in team selection, one project, too many architects. I don't know if I should say one project, too many architects, or one project, too many leaders. External committee deciding how work gets done with no accountability. Yeah, I think this is fine. I don't know how to consolidate this anymore. And then development staffing, director of engineering, solutions architects, and then we say, I don't know if this makes a difference. Hold up. What just happened? Feature, member plan, and then down here we'll say feature, telemedicine. Feel like that maybe. Oh, why does this still look like it's not the right color? Hold up. What color is it supposed to be? I don't know what color it's supposed to be. All right, let's start over. Let's make everything this one color over here. All right. And so that's kind of like, say, management or leadership. We'll say leadership. No, it's management. There's also a solutions architect. Over here. Okay. So you put some space right there. If the audience is tech heads, architects is better. If the audience is non-tech, then leaders is better. Oh, I know the context that you're referring to. You're talking about for this current slide that I'm on, right? Um, so the audience is tech, but the management is like an agile coach, a product owner, a scrum master, and then there's a solutions architect, and then a mobile architect, like that. Yeah, I think I'm okay with this. I think, and then we'll have maybe we have the anti-patterns. Not anti-patterns. Maybe we'll have the challenges in wrapped in parentheses. Maybe I'm not sure. Team was not included in interview process or in hiring process. Yeah, hiring process sounds better than interview process. Team fully staffed with only one wireframe approved with, or should I say, with not much work available, with not much work approved. How about that? And then offshore QA engineer hired without planned work. All right, that makes me a little bit happy. Oh, poor communication skills requires market. I'll leave that off. Team was not included in the hiring process. Yes, this is super important. Yeah, yeah. You would think that it would be like a no-brainer, but it wasn't, man. Like, yeah. So at least I get feedback from you that maybe this talk is somewhat relevant. There was a YouTube video talk that was given several years ago on the company Dell, and it was like an hour long talk that this one person gave, and he like blasted his experience there, as in like he was discussing the negative experience that he had there and how bad their architecture was, how bad they had like misplanned or planned inappropriately for the project, and all the effort that they had to go through to adjust course and correct the issues for that project. And I feel like I want to kind of model that type of talk. So senior dev interview for architect role, but instead offered a senior role. Senior dev refused technical direction from architect. Struggled to articulate consequences of architect's direction or architect's decision. Direction or decision? Say direction. Uh, junior juniors endure juniors endured exhausting disagreements between architect and senior developer. And then two architects. So this is this really needed? Just say junior developers in the middle. of power struggle. Or say junior developers waiting for winner of power struggle. I'll say in the middle. And then two architects, one mobile app, say several architects, one mobile app, different philosophies, different priorities. Architects weren't empowered to choose their development methodology. Not empowered to choose development methodology. How about that? I like reducing, like, and say, like, just like code and like documents, like, I like reducing verbiage. I get off on it. Like, yeah. So you said a buddy of mine got to be part of a hiring process and he recommended against hiring a person. Management hired the person anyway, and it was a complete disaster. Yep. I've been there before. I've been there. Well, no, I have been there before where like I've interviewed somebody, said, no, don't do it. And they were like, yeah, we're going to hire him anyway. I'm like, I just, why? It all goes to trust, right? And so, and if you feel as if this person, I mean, there's a couple of things. Like one is like leadership can think that you're biased and think that you may be like self-conscious or insecure and nervous that someone else with equal experience or more experience may come in and take your position from you. I mean, that may be your motivation. Honestly, that I feel like that has to be the only motivation. I can't understand why they would still hire somebody after you recommend that they don't. That's the only that's the only thing that I could think of for why leadership would still go on to hire someone even after technical leadership says, no, don't hire this person. So he said, oh, it's definitely relevant. When you explain the context, I realized this is a talk I want to hold in some previous workplaces I've been in. Yeah. You know what they say, the difference a Pulitzer Prize isn't what you add, it's what you remove. So removing text is good. Hey, good stuff. Thank you for the encouragement. I'm going to post my draft on LinkedIn just to upset uh, that organization. Put them on blast as I prepare this talk. So we were talking about trust, and then feature branches often resulted in unplanned work, resolving merge conflicts. Files and references had to be re-added several times. Two junior developers with no mobile experience to one senior developer. Uh, yeah, I think this is okay. Senior developer talented in let's just say senior developer in UI. Senior developer for UI framework. Say of UI framework. Microphone check. Check, 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 check. Am I still muted? Service lead developer, mentor to junior developers who have no mobile experience. Say with. Provide architectural direction to all developers. 50% daily coding. Um, yeah. So that was my expectations. Cool. Audio's back. So then my reality. All right. So maybe this is where I could actually like inject a. I like this one. I'm gonna go with that. My reality. Paranoia of missing impromptu meetings, struggling to find time for lunch. Senior developer not on board with my architectural direction. Two architects with different priorities, with conflicting priorities. A group of people thrown together and declared a team. Like this is the biggest one. I feel like I should kind of move this higher up. So, what do you think? Should I keep team members not included in team selection, or should I replace that with a group of people thrown together and declared a team? I, I feel like they're both good or clear. Where am I at? Boom, boom. My reality. I don't like that one. Yeah, this might be fine. Yeah, that's fine. And so the drama. There's more stuff in here. So my expectations, then my reality. But I feel like this drama resignations. Hmm, the latter. So you think? Hold up. I can't even find it. You think I should take a group of people thrown together and declared a team? You think I should paste that into this third slide of the talk. So instead of team members not included in team selection, you think this is better? Like I don't know. I'm kind of torn. Actually, I think you're right because this right here kind of deals with the consequence of not having an established culture or an established technical culture. So you can't say that we're all about quality and we're all about um, thoughtful design if you hire people that haven't demonstrated that they care about quality. They don't believe in architectural design before implementation. Like that's just a misalignment, right? So I think you're right. I mean, based on those items. Okay. All right. So premature staffing, team was not included in the hiring process, team fully staffed with not much work approved, offshore QA engineer hired without work. How about that? And then trust senior develop. I should start spelling this out. Senior developer interviewed for architect role, but instead offered a senior role. Senior dev refused technical. Senior developer refused technical direction from architect. Refused architects technical direction. Struggle to articulate consequences of architects' direction. Junior developers in the middle of power struggle. Several architects, one mobile app, different philosophies, different priorities, conflicting priorities, conflicting philosophies. Architects not empowered to choose development, to choose their, put it right back in. External committee with no accountability for project dictates methodology or dictated methodology for teams doing the actual work. For team doing the actual work. The more I see this, the more I wonder why I haven't seen more talks like this. There are so many disaster stories out there, but we don't talk about them in a structured way. We need to properly dissect what went wrong. You know, Epic Blarg. I'm not going to be able to pronounce your internet name. We can do a symposium, right? Like we can have in a symposium two podiums, me on the left side, you on the right side, and we give this one talk and we just go back and forth as a duo. We can do that. It's not common. I'm open to it. It's different, right? Feature branches often resulted in unplanned work, resolving merge conflicts, uh, included merge, including merge conflicts. Files and references had to be read. Just say merge conflicts. Two junior developers without mobile experience. With no or without mobile experience. and one senior developer. And one senior developer. And one senior front end developer. Senior front end developer. I feel like this is verbose. Then you have a senior front end developer, growth opportunities with architectural design. All right, so then expectations. Define, propose, and enforce architecture. Is there anything we could do with this trust? What's this right here? I kind of like this one. Are there any other? I don't like that. I like the first one. Oh, there's two. I don't know what the difference is though. They look like the same thing. Past 1 hour. My paranoia, my reality, and then 2 months in. What does this look like? You could say 2 months in. 2 months in. Yeah, do that. Can you strike the entire thing? That doesn't look right. Can we say terminations? Crap. I don't know how to structure this. Should I just leave it like this and just keep it simple? And should I say me? Right. Should I do that? Oh, I don't know, man. I yeah, this has been 1 hour. I'm content with me reducing or simplifying these slides. I have a feeling that I'll probably add 10 more slides, but I'm okay for right now. I have to deal with some family matters anyway. So, yo, epic blaharg. It's been real. Thank you for your feedback, and let's catch up. So, see ya. I'm out. Bye. End broadcast.